What's up, everybody? I am on spring break, which means that I actually have some time to make videos for you guys. And I thought we might as well start with America's Stage 1. I'm gonna do my pick'ems for all 4 regions. I'm gonna do all of the weeks as well, and I'm maybe gonna like screenshot them and compare them at the end of the stage and see how accurate I was. I'll probably go back week by week and make some edits to my own to my pick'ems just based off of how the teams did in the weeks previous, and then we can kind of compare and contrast and see how wrong I am now compared to when the week actually began. But without further ado, yeah, let's just jump right into it. Cloud9 versus NRG. I'm gonna do this a little fast, by the way, because I'm gonna do all weeks on all regions. Cloud9 versus NRG. I'm gonna go for NRG. I can't really bring myself to pick Cloud9. They're just like, I don't know, they're just cursed. Crew versus Loud. I think Crew actually beat Loud in the kickoff stage, but I'm actually gonna go for Loud here. I'm a big Pancata believer. Tui's and Cowanzine, of course, have been really well. Digizin actually looked really good during kickoff. The only like weak link I would say was Vinny, but you know, they've had about a month to practice, and I think that hopefully they'll be meshing together better. G2 versus Furia. I don't need to explain my pick. And then MIBR versus Leviatan. It's an Aspas Demon 1 matchup here. I believe in Aspas more than Demon 1. I mean, Leviatan just made a change. They brought in Rossi as well. But I don't really think that's going to solve their problems. I mean, I thought Natank was pretty good. I felt bad that he was getting kicked, honestly. So I'm going to go for MIBR there. 2Game versus EG. I mean, 2Game did not look... they did not look good in kickoff, I'll be quite honest with you. I mean, EG didn't really look great either, but I'm gonna go for EG. I'm a Yay believer. I want the Yay resurgence, El Diablo. And then Sentinels versus 100 Thieves. Oh man, Sen did not look good at Bangkok, but 100 Thieves didn't even make it to Bangkok. So, man, I don't know. You know what? There's been some controversy with Sen in the past couple of days as well. I'm gonna go 100 Thieves just because I think that they'll have had the time off to work on their issues and get Xander situated in their game. And I don't know. I don't think Sen is gonna bounce back as well off of that really horrible Bangkok run. Submit. All right, week 2. NRG versus Furia. Furia is not looking horrible, but I'm still gonna go for NRG here, just cause. Sen versus Crew. I don't know. I'm gonna go for Sentinels, I think. I am a big fan of Crew, but yeah, I'm just gonna go for Sen here. It's just a gut check. 100 Thieves versus EG. I'm gonna go for 100 Thieves. EG, just, I don't know if they have the firepower right now. 100 Thieves have some really good players, even though they didn't do great in kickoff. G2 versus MIBR. Even though MIBR is looking pretty strong with Aspas, I mean, G2, quite honestly, probably should have won Bangkok. I can't believe T1 beat them to it. So I'm gonna go for G2 because I think they're definitely the number two team in the league, and quite honestly could be argued that they're the number 1. What did I not do? Oh, I forgot to do the freaking... Okay, I did what? Sentinels, blah blah blah. 100 Thieves. Okay. Loud versus 2Game. Sorry, 2G. Although, is there other player of age now? Like they're a duelist player? I don't actually know. But I'm still gonna go for Loud. I don't think it's gonna matter all that much. Leviatan versus Cloud9. I'm going for Leviatan. EG versus Sentinels. Ooh. I'm gonna go for Sentinels. EG, I'm a believer of EG, but right now, without seeing everyone play just yet, I think Sen are just gonna have more experience, better mesh, even though they said that they weren't trusting each other right now. I think that that's something they're able to work through because they've been together for so long. 100 Thieves versus Loud. If I made, oh, right now I have Loud and 100 Thieves at a 100% win rate. I'm gonna go for 100 Thieves. You know, Nade Shot, he deserves a win. 2G, I'm sorry, I can't pick you. G2 over NRG for sure. Leviatan versus Furia is an interesting matchup. We really need to see how Leviatan is looking right now. They did not look great in kickoff. Maybe bringing in Rossi will change that. I think I am gonna go for Leviatan over Furia here though. Cloud9 versus MIBR. I'm gonna go for MIBR. I'd be quite honestly surprised if I chose Cloud9 for any of these games, except for maybe against 2G. Okay, 100 Thieves versus 2G, sorry. G2 definitely beats Leviatan. I am gonna go for Furia over Cloud9 here. And Sen versus Loud, I'm gonna go for Sen. Again, I think that they're in week 4 they'll have worked through all their issues. Crew versus EG, I'm gonna go for Crew. I'm gonna go for Crew. I do want EG to win though. Fuck the org, but I love the players. NRG versus MIBR. I'm actually gonna go for MIBR here. I don't know. NRG needs to. They need to do something. FNS is too old for this game. G2 versus Cloud9. No, he's not too old, but he's you know, he genuinely is losing NRG rounds, like single-handedly losing them rounds. I'm definitely going G2 over Cloud9. MIBR versus Furia. I am gonna go for MIBR, I think. Sen versus 2G. Sorry, bro. And then Crew versus 100 Thieves. I'm gonna go for Crew, I think. EG versus Loud. I'm gonna go for Loud. And Leviatan versus NRG. Demon 1 versus Ethan. Yeah, Com is there too. Forgot about Com. I'm gonna go for Leviatan here. I think this could definitely be a really close match, but I mean, this is still freaking week 5. All of these picks, anything past week 2 is gonna be wrong, and I'm probably gonna switch them. But anyways, for right now, I'm gonna submit that. So this is really what you need to worry about is week 1. I think Cloud9 is gonna lose to NRG. Loud's gonna beat Crew. G2 obviously gonna beat Furia. MIBR versus Leviatan I think is gonna be a close, maybe 50-50 game, but I'm gonna give it to MIBR. EG over 2G, and then 100 Thieves over Sentinels. That's my pick'ems. Let's go to EMEA pick'ems. Here we go. Vitality versus Giant X. Vitality kind of crashed out at Bangkok, but I do think that they're still the best team in the region. So I'm gonna go for Vitality. BBL versus Carmine Corps. I think this is kind of a toss-up, but I'm gonna go for Carmine Corps. I don't really have any reasoning behind it. Team Heretics versus Apex. I really want Apex to do well. And Team Heretics looked atrocious in kickoff, but I think that they're probably gonna bounce back. I think that they've just been together for long enough that whatever problems they're having, they've worked it out through this last month, and I think Heretics are gonna get back to maybe the top 4 of the region. Foot versus Koi. I'm gonna go for Foot. Koi doesn't look as atrocious as they usually have, but I'm still gonna go for Foot. fnatic versus Na'Vi is, man, like the old guard that don't really look as good as they used to. I'm gonna go for Na'Vi. I think that most people would go for fnatic here, but I'm gonna go for Na'Vi. I think that they have actually a pretty decent looking team. They've made quite a few changes, and fnatic didn't look quite lost in their games, but I think without Durka, they've definitely lost a lot of firepower. And then Liquid versus Gentlemates. I'm gonna go for Liquid. Somehow they made it to Bangkok. I don't know how, but I'm gonna go for Liquid. Okay, Liquid versus BBL. I'm gonna go for Liquid again. Apex versus Na'Vi. I do think Na'Vi will have the edge there. Foot versus Gentlemates. Sorry, Gentlemates, you're just not really looking great. Heretics versus Giant X. I am gonna go for Heretics. This is, of course, under the assumption that Heretics bounce back and don't look like the lost team that they were in kickoff. Vitality versus Fnatic. I'm gonna go for Vitality, and then Koi versus Carmine Core. I'm actually gonna say Koi. This will be like a little bit of an upset, I think, but yeah, I'm gonna go for Koi. All right, group stage, week 3, Koi versus BBL. I'm gonna go for BBL here. Na'Vi versus Giant X. I haven't chosen Giant X yet, but I'm still gonna go for Na'Vi. I'm sorry, Giant fans. Team Liquid versus Foot. So in kickoff they beat each other once each. I mean, everyone expected Foot to beat them. I'm actually gonna go for Foot here. Liquid, I don't know if they're inconsistent or if they just have a really high ceiling and a really low floor, but I think that Foot have enough even keelness to them that they'll get out of Liquid's glue. Vitality versus Heretics. I'm gonna go for Vitality. Apex versus Fnatic. I'm gonna go for Fnatic. Apex, I really want Apex to do well, but like it's just Floor and friends at this point. Well, no, it's not quite, but Floor is definitely like one of the only ones shooting back on that team. Carmine Core versus Gentlemates, the French derby. I'm gonna go for Carmine Core. Okay, Vitality versus Apex. Vitality. I feel really bad. Liquid versus Koi. I'm gonna go for Liquid. I almost said Liquid. Gentlemates versus BBL. I'm gonna say Gentlemates actually do manage a win here. They could also maybe win against Koi. I'm gonna say they win against BBL here for right now. Giant X versus Fnatic. I'm gonna say Giant X beat Fnatic as well. I think this is gonna be the game of upsets here. Carmine Core versus Foot, though, I do think will go to Foot. And then Na'Vi versus Heretics. I'm gonna say we'll go to Heretics. BBL versus Foot. I'm gonna go for Foot. The Turkish delight there. I'm gonna go for Apex over Giant X here. I'm gonna go for Gentle. I'm gonna go for Koi here over Gentlemates. Team Vitality versus Na'Vi. I think, you know, I do think Na'Vi definitely have a chance here, but I think Vitality goes a full clean sweep in the region. Liquid versus Carmine Core. I'm gonna say, you know, actually I'm gonna say Carmine Core take that. And Fnatic versus Heretics. Ooh, I'm gonna go Heretics. I don't really have a reason. Let's do where's China? Because Asia Pacific. Okay. I'm gonna go do the Chinese thing first. I don't really know Chinese teams all crazily well. The only things I know are really Bilibili, Trace, EDG, pretty dang good. TMV loves Wolves. I think DRG was actually not bad, even though they're the Ascension team. I'm just gonna do this really quickly. Gut checks. Bilibili, Trace, Nova, EDG, Wolves, FPX, Summit. Okay. EDG, Tyloo, Gilai, Trace, Titans. This is the thing that RB's on, right? Bilibili, Submit. Ooh, Trace, Wolves, Tyloo. I'm gonna say DRG beat EDG. I know, it's crazy. Nova, Bilibili, boom. FPX, Bilibili. Am I choosing Bilibili in every single one of these? I am choosing Bilibili in every single one of these games. All Gamers, EDG, Nova, Trace, boom. Gilai, Dragon Rangers, Wolves, Trace, Nova, EDG. Did I choose against? No, I did choose FPX once. Okay. Boom. Okay, this is gonna be absolutely incredibly wrong because I don't know anything about the Chinese events. I mean, it's not really my fault. They're live at what time are they? Does it show the matches here? Yeah, like the Pacific's ones are at 4 a.m. for me. I can't watch these. I feel bad, but like it's not my fault. Okay. Detonation Focus Me versus Global Esports. May has been looking really, really good on DFM. Global Esports haven't looked horrible though. I'm gonna go for DFM. T1 versus Zeta Division, I gotta go T1. I mean, they literally just won Bangkok. DRX versus paperrex though. Man, paperrex really shit the bed. And I don't know. They signed Patman, but that's as a 6th man. I don't know if he's gonna be playing. I'm gonna go for DRX. I mean, they made it to Bangkok. They made it to the did they make? No, they didn't make it to playoffs. But DRX looked really, really good, and Freeing may be like the best player in the world right now, quite honestly. He's definitely the best Teo player. Talon versus Team Secret. I'm gonna go for Secret. Genji versus Boom. You know, Boom haven't looked horrible, but Genji, I think they'll have it in spades here. And then RRQ versus Nongshim. I think Nongshim have actually looked really, really good for an Ascension team, and I'm gonna go for them over RRQ. Team Secret versus Zeta Division. I'm gonna go for Zeta. I know Zeta have been really struggling, but you know, I want them to do well. T1, even though Nongshim looks good, T1 literally just won Masters. Genji versus paperrex. Man, am I gonna choose against paperrex twice in a row? They need the thing. So the thing about paperrex is, if they win PRX, they'll be building up that confidence, right? And paperrex are a huge confidence team. If they have the momentum, they're like unstoppable. So if they lose to DRX though, and then lose to Gen G, I think they're gonna lose like every single game, except for maybe Boom, GE. So it's really like, if paperrex win in week 1 and week 2, they're set. They're probably gonna make it to Masters Toronto. But if they lose to DRX and Gen G back to back, I think that their confidence is just going to be busted and they're going to crash out. I don't even know if they're going to make playoffs. So because I love paperrex, I need to choose paperrex against Gen G, because otherwise I'm manifesting their downfall. Okay, DRX versus TFM. I'm going to go DRX. Talon versus RRQ. I'm going to choose RRQ, I think. And then Boom versus GE, I'm gonna go for Global. Gen G, sorry, versus DFM. I gotta go for Gen G there. DFM have looked pretty good so far, but Gen G, I think, have the edge. RRQ versus Zeta Division. I'm gonna go for RRQ. Everyone loves Chobra. We gotta support Chobra's downfall here. paperrex versus Boom. I think paperrex, again, like I said, it's all in the confidence level. So I'm gonna go for paperrex here. And then Nongshim versus Talon, I'm gonna go for Nongshim. DRX versus GE, I think DRX got that. T1 versus Team Secret, T1 definitely. Though, you know, T1 could crash out. I think they could crash out, but I have some confidence in them. Okay, Nongshim versus Team Secret. I'm gonna go for Secret here. Although I think many people would probably choose Nongshim. DRX versus Boom, I gotta go for DRX. I don't think I've chosen Boom yet. I kind of feel bad, but you know, they're in a tough group. T1 versus RRQ, you gotta choose T1 there, especially without knowing how RRQ looks after the break. Gen G versus Global, I'm gonna go Gen G. Talon versus Zeta Division is a tough matchup, I think, but I'm actually gonna go for Talon here. I think for me, you know, Premi's pretty good. DFM versus paperrex. DFM could definitely beat paperrex here. Like, I think this is much closer than people realize, but I'm gonna go for paperrex because I'm a paperrex stan, and you can't touch me. paperrex versus global esports. I'm gonna go for paperrex, although again, I think this could be a GE win. T1 versus Talon, I'm gonna go for T1. I've chosen T1 every single game. I have. You know what? They deserve it though. They just won Masters Bangkok. Genji versus DRX. Sorry, I just malfunctioned. I'm gonna go for DRX here. And then Nongshim versus Red Force. No, wait. Nongshim versus Zeta Division. I'm actually gonna go for Zeta here. I don't think they're gonna have a very easy time of it, but I'm gonna go for Zeta. DFM versus Boom. I gotta throw Boom a bone. They gotta win one game. And then RRQ versus Secret. I'm gonna go for RRQ. Okay. So that's my pick'em so far. This is all gonna be absolutely wrong though. Like even before these games start, this is gonna be wrong, I think. And I may have to go back and change things depending on, you know, like if paperrex play Patman instead of, I don't know who he would replace even. And then, you know, there's just so many variables that are going on right now in all of the regions, not just Pacific, but in Americas and EMEA and China. That all of these pick'ems could be absolutely wrong, but you know, that is what it is. And once week 1 rolls around, I'll probably have edited these around a little bit, but this is it so far. And yeah, I hope you guys wish you guys good luck on your pick'ems, and see you when the stage 1 rolls around.